Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a few more DIYs for spring. The first one is this cute pink bunny. Now he's okay pink, but I don't want him pink. I got him a few years ago at my local grocery store and he was actually on sale. I can't remember if it was 80% or 90% off. So you can see he was a little expensive here. But like I said, he was either 80 or 90% off. They had about 5 of them left. I guess nobody wanted pink bunnies. So I'm just going to be painting him with my warm white color that I like to use from the Americana paint. I just get it at Walmart. And then I'm going to be using some gray paint, rubbing in and making him a little stone look. Alright, so here he is. I had to do about 4 coats to cover that pink. I did not do the bottom. I don't care about the bottom. So I'm going to be using this hammered iron color. I love this color, but they don't make it anymore. So I think it's, I have one more bottle of it. I like to do, when I do this, I like to use a damp paper towel and I just rub it in. I'm going to go all over the bunny here. Try to get it much darker in all the crevices here. The thing I like about using the paint and using the damp paper towel is that you can wipe it off easier. It doesn't dry too quickly. So let's get a few more spots on here. And then you can always just, I'd like to dab with the other end of the paper towels, kind of dab, dab, dab. And I have sped this up a little bit, so I'm not really going this fast. It's coming along here, kind of liking the way it looks. Alright, so I'm going to be finishing up the bunny. I know it's going to take a little while, so let me get that done and then we're going to see how he looks. Alright, here he is. I think he turned out gorgeous. I'm loving how he looks. I'm still going to leave the bottom pink. Yeah, we can just do that. He is so cute. He's great for every day or for spring, even for fall and Christmas. Now, I think I want to do like something around his neck, but I'll show you that later at the end of the video. So again, I'm going to be doing some eggs. I'm going to be doing 1 of this size and 2 of the smaller. And I'm going to be painting, I actually have 6 total. And I'm going to be painting these blue and yellow. So here's the blue. I used this Tuscan teal and then I lightened it up with some white and I just brushed that on. Just kind of make it a little splotchy look and I kind of like that. And then I used Salem blue for the lighter ones. And I also used this blue to paint my lace. This is what's going to go on the darker blue egg. And then I cut out these little pieces of some vintage lace that I had that I'm going to put on the small eggs. So let's get started Mod Podging. Don't you just love Mod Podge? I love it, love it, love it. I don't know what I would do without it. Let's get this all buttered up on the back of the lace. Okay. Make sure I got plenty on here. And this is going to be really messy to do because I'm going to have to be using my hands on here. So I'm going to place it on the egg. It's really hard to work with this lace and the Mod Podge on this shape and the size. It's kind of small. So I have to put some on the egg too. Just going to press it down with my fingers. And definitely going to have to wash my hands when I get done with this. So messy, but we're going to get it done. I think it's going to look really pretty. Get a little bit more on there. And I'm probably going to have to hold this on here for a little bit just to get the edges to stay down. It's just not cooperating with me in a few spots. Alright, so I'm going to finish this up and then I'm going to get started on the 2 small eggs. Alright, so here are the 2 little blue eggs and I'm going to be Mod Podging this vintage lace on here. This is going to be much easier because when you paint the lace it does get a little stiff. It's going to be buttering it up here. Get lots of Mod Podge on it. Another little sticky mess this is going to be. And I have to make sure I get all the edges down, so I have to keep pushing with my fingers to get it to go flat. Okay. So I'm going to continue on both of these, and when they're dry, I'm going to be hot gluing some of those little lace flowers on here. Now that they're dry, I've decided to use one of the dark blue and two of the yellow. Just going to hot glue them on. Randomly, of course. Get those on here. And then they will all three get pearls in them. Get the pearls here. All right, so let's get the pearl centers done. All right, there it is. I think it's really cute. Now I want to show you that lace trim that I've been using on all these eggs, even the pink and the green one. Got this on Amazon. And all you got to do is cut that off there and pull on the pearl and everything will pop off. So you get 3 pieces out of it. So these are the pieces that I've been using on most of my projects here. All right, so I'm going to start on the dark blue egg here. This is some lace trim with pearls on it that I got at Walmart a few years ago, and I'm just going to wrap it around the egg here. Let's cut it, and I'm going to hot glue it on. I think I'm going to start in the middle on the front here. Okay, press that down. Then I'm going to glue the rest of it down. A little bit more glue. Now let's get the other side done. All right, so now, once I get this all on here, it's going to be ready for some of the lace flowers. All right, so I'm going to use some of these yellow ones and white. Just going to hot glue them on and put this big yellow one here. And I'm going to put a little white one in the middle of this. And then I'm going to use the dark blue one in here too. Okay. So I was going to show you like the little dark blue flowers actually from this lace trim here with the flowers. All right, let's grab a few more flowers here. I think I'll use this one. Glue it right there. Okay. I'm going to put this little, the one that I just showed you, the lace trim. I'm going to put that little flower right there. Okay. And I will be using some pearls. Let's pull those out, get those glued on. Okay. And one more. All right, and I do want to put something, another flower on here up to this side. So what I decided to do is take that bigger piece from the flower lace trim, but it's a little too big. So it's actually got another flower pattern inside. So I'm just going to cut that out and I'm going to use that piece instead. And I will be saving the outer part because you never know when you need it for another project. All right, so here it is cut out, and here's what you have left over. Always save your leftovers. I'm just going to hot glue this over here. And I'm going to put a dark blue flower in here. Well, maybe not, maybe yellow. I'll put a yellow one in there. How about that yellow? The little one. We'll put the little one in. That one will work. Okay. All right, now of course we've got to get another pearl. Don't want that egg to roll away. Let's get that pearl on there. And this one is done. Look, I think it looks so cute. Now on to the yellow eggs. So with the bigger yellow egg, this piece of trim here, I just painted it the same color of yellow, and I took some of the blue from the other blue eggs, and I just used my stencil brush and dabbed it on. So I kind of think it looks like tie-dye. I wanted to do something a little bit different than just having like a solid blue lace trim on there. So I'm just going to hot glue this down. I got another piece of that lace trim with the pearls. I'm going to put down the middle. Get this glued down. Okay, a little bit more to go. Once I get this done, it will be ready for the lace flowers. And I'm going to be gluing those lace flowers on the seam right there. So first I'm going to put this blue one down. Use one of the yellows inside. And I'm going to put this white one over here. Okay. Take the little dark blue one that I painted. Put that inside there. Then another white one, a little bit different one. And put that right there. Okay. Let's grab some pearls. And get the pearls hot glued on. I'm really surprised I haven't burned my fingers yet putting these pearls on. Okay, so once I get this one done, I will be working on the little yellow ones. There, isn't that cute? All right, here is the yellow one, the small one, and I cut out this little flower from this lace trim here. Be cutting out 2 of these and Mod Podging them on. This one will be a little more trickier to do. All right, let's get started on it. Let's get a lot of Mod Podge on here. It's a pretty good size piece of lace going on an odd shape. Yeah, and it's an odd shaped piece of lace too. So I'm gonna get really sticky fingers with this one, trying to get it to stay down because of its design. So I'll just keep working it and see if I get it to go flat the best I can. Put some more Mod Podge underneath the lace and keep pressing down. All right, once I get these 2 done and they're dry, they will be ready for their flowers. All right, so it turned out pretty well. I actually had to roll them on the paper there a little bit while they were still wet, and it stayed down. So I'm going to go ahead and do the dark yellow flower here, the bigger one, and then 2 of the small blue ones. And then, of course, they will be getting the pearl centers. So cute. My next project, I'm going to use this. I got this for 79 cents. I got quite a few of them at Hobby Lobby in the clearance. You can use the outside or the inside. And I printed off some of this cute vintage Easter, I guess like they're supposed to be paper that you'd use for like junk journals. and from that Creative Fabrica. I love that website. They have so many things to choose from. So I'm just going to cut this off. I'm thinking about using the bunny because I'm doing blue and yellow here with these items. And I'm actually going to be using this decor in my kitchen. Probably mainly on my table. I don't really have a lot of counter space, just my island. Alright, so you got to cut that off. And like I said, you can put it on the front like this or on the inside. I'm actually going to use this as a shadow box, so I have to remove the hanger and everything. But I want to do this one instead. I think this will be so much prettier. I like this blue better, and got to get it cut to size. Not exactly the right size there. I'm going to be painting it with this blue. So I just want to paint, and I did fill in the holes there. I actually used my paper clay. It was on hand. I don't have joint compound up here or spackle, so I didn't feel like going downstairs. So I'm just going to get all of this black painted. I'm even going to do the inside and the outer edges. And then once I get this done, it'll be time to Mod Podge the little cute egg with the flowers. Alright, so now this is all dry. And I did go ahead and tear the paper, and I took that blue and I put it around the edge too, just a little bit with my brush. Get a lot of Mod Podge on here. And then I'm going to stick it inside. And then of course you can just leave it like that, but you know, that's not me. I gotta add a few more things. I'm actually gonna dress up the frame on the outer frame a little bit more, and then do a little, you know, we have a little bit of 3D going on in there. Make it more like a shadow box where you have some items in there. Alright, once this dries, well actually I don't have to wait for it to dry for the next step. I'm actually gonna just go ahead and hot glue these lace pieces on here, and I tried to cut them on an angle on the corners the best I could where they would line up together. I'm going to do the top and the bottom first. I think that will be easier, and then I can try to align the sides better. Okay, get that on there. Press it down. I need a little bit more glue there. All right, get the other one. Okay. Press that one down. I've got these lined up pretty well. Just need to add a little more glue there. And on that section, kind of fell off there. All right, I'm just going to kind of glue this down to where it's touching, so that looks a lot better. And that one corner, it just didn't go down right, so, but I'm going to add some stuff to the corners anyway. All right, before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and add some things in here, some flowers. This pick here that I have, it looks like little teeny tiny pussy willows, and it looks like there's some in the picture. So I'm going to be using those. First thing I'm doing to cover up that corner is with a leaf. I'm going to be using these little eggs and some flowers, and then the little tiny, like little pussy willow things. Okay. Let's put the egg in. Push it back there. And the other egg will go here. Okay. Let's get that in there. I'm going to put some of the little pussy willow looking things back behind the eggs. Get them glued in. Trying to figure out where to put it exactly. Whoops, the egg moved. Okay. I think it's looking cute so far. Okay, so I'm gonna get this finished up, and then I'm gonna be putting something on the corners. How about some buttons? I'm gonna use some of my vintage buttons here. And I just picked out 3 of them, and I'm going to cover this up. Okay, let's put one over here. And one more. All right. So there it is. I think this is really, really cute. And I can use the other side for another season. Now my last one here, I'm going to be using that picture frame from my other one. This is some paper that I printed off from that Creative Fabrica that I'm going to be Mod Podging on to the styrofoam. I love that frame because now I can use it all year long and just change it out real easily. So here are some things again that I printed off from the Creative Fabrica. And I love this paper here. I'm going to use this at the bottom. I did do some tearing. I want to put a little bit at the top. Let's cut off a piece here. And I will be tearing this one too, make it all raggedy looking. And I'll be saving this other piece for another project. So I'm just going to start ripping this. Okay. And I'm just gotta trim that off just a little bit there. Just a little bit on each side. Okay, a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to be Mod Podging on these 2 pieces first. And then I'll put on the little jar. Okay, get the Mod Podge on here. There we go. Press that one down. And then do the other one. Oops. Okay. And press this one at the other end. All right, so I'm going to flip it this way. And then I'm going to put the little jar on. Get some Mod Podge on here. This is another one on, the other 2 were more on like a cardstock paper, and this one was on regular copy paper. So I try not to get the Mod Podge on the other side. Let's just place it about right here, press it down. And you know what? You could just leave it just like this. So let's see what it looks like in the frame. So here it is. Like I said, you could just leave it in the frame. I think it looks really, really pretty just this way. But you know what? I need a little bit more. I do. I just need a little bit more on here. So let me go see what I can find. All right, so here is what I've decided to do. So I have this pearl trim here. I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. And I've cut pieces and I'm just going to Mod Podge. Yes, I'm going to use the Mod Podge. Hot glue, a little iffy. And no, I'll definitely burn myself. So I'm just going to Mod Podge it on here. Because you know these little dots here, they're about the same size as the pearls. And I'm going to cover up all of them, actually. So I'm just going to cut it to the length I need. And then I'm going to take my Mod Podge, get my brush in there, and I'm going to brush it on the paper. And it doesn't matter that I've got it really white on here because it does dry clear. I'm just going to press it down right there. And let's see this one over here. Cut this one too. At first I thought I might do every other one, but I decided to do all of them. Okay. So let me get the rest of them done and we'll see how it looks. I think this looks so cute, and I went ahead and put some on the jar lid too. And I took 3 colors of ribbon, and we're just gonna, got a little bow, and I'm gonna hot glue it right here. I like adding a little bit of dimension. Now here's some flowers here. They were different blue, and I painted them this way. Trim these off. I'm gonna do this with the frame on it. None of this is getting attached to the frame. I'm just kind of pressing it. It's only being hot glued to the paper part. Just kind of play with this and see how I want to do all these flowers. So I'm going to use 3 of the blue and 2 of the creamy yellow. Okay. I'll stick the yellow one right here. All right, so here's how it turned out. I went ahead and put some of the pearls in the blue flowers and some of the leaves. I think this looks so pretty this way. So let's check everything out. Here's everything in the video. Got my bunny here, and I did a little bit of a raggy, not really a bow, just wrapped it around with 2 different colors of blue ribbon and a couple pieces of lace that I tore apart. So here's the little shadow box. We got all the pretty little eggs, and of course the beautiful frame here. All right, that will do it for the video today, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed it. Appreciate that big thumbs up from everybody. I hope I could give you some ideas of using items that you already have or items that you can find in a thrift store and change out. And of course, that clearance part of Hobby Lobby. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.